What up? I'm Sive, and a few years back I moved out here to Denver for a couple reasons. Obviously the amazing art scene, but secondarily some great snowboarding. My first season out here, I customized this snowboard with a bunch of decals, all these little individual throwies, and used that to build up that orbit design. And of course we got the hit on the tail side too, but not a full board. You still got some of the park pickle sneaking through there. And this season I took a huge deep dive. This thing took months to put together, and we got the next rendition on our hands. So let's dive in and check out what it took to customize this snowboard. So since a snowboard's so narrow of a design, I was thinking of doing like a cross section of the earth where we've got like an industrial section above ground, then you go like below ground with a subway, and just give like a kind of transpiring story as you go through it. So far we got a nice like dirt section here where those pipes are gonna come dripping down and kind of flourish this flower, and then a little attempt here at a subway car and the platform. I live by this pretty cool industrial section. Let's go grab a picture of some of their equipment. So Illustrator's got a fun thing here where you can actually trace the whole image. Maybe we'll throw 15 or 16 colors in the mix so we can go in and play around with these and smooth a couple things out. That must be the Craigslist guy. I've been hunting listings trying to find something for like 25 or 30 bucks. Let's go see if the board's half decent. The top sheet's definitely seen some love, but I think we can make it work. I found this sweet brand on Instagram called Board Statement where they do huge vinyl layups for your top sheet, and that way the board looks like it's coming right out of the shop like that. Man, I really don't know if this design's gonna come together. As we go down, man, this subway car, flower and all that just kind of dwindles. Pretty rough stuff. I don't know. There might be something here, but I don't think I've got the skill to capture everything I need for the flower and the subway car and then all those pipes. It's just coming together so clunky. I don't know. Well, the clouds are like my favorite feature from this, so all right, let's scrap this and play around with those a little bit. Let's just go overboard with these clouds. And maybe like some heavy drips coming down. Oh yeah, we could drop a hue shift on it. I think that looks pretty rad. Kind of gets a directional shape to it too. All right, let's send that over and see what they think. He is not vibing with this one. All right. Well, let's pivot a little then. I haven't done anything digital with the latest Black Book piece. Should we just go back to the roots and see how that works out? I think the snowboard might look a little bit funky if we just did the piece, since it'd be almost like bottom-sided. Maybe let's try some symmetry and flip it on itself. Yeah, obviously, the colors could use a little help, but that looks pretty fresh. This centerpiece here reminds me of like a little bit of an eyeball. Maybe we should just like add a few of those in. Yeah, just a few didn't hurt. Now we got some like forced perspective there where your eye really needs to meet it. So I dropped it on there, but like this is just so small on the screen. I think actually, oh yeah, spins. I feel like we should have been doing this the whole time. Oh my god. Why didn't I think to do that earlier? It really distorts it by stretching it out that far. Maybe we'll do like double pattern. Maybe we'll send a second one on top. Yeah, now we can like lean back and appreciate it a little bit. Let's get some of those eyeballs back in there. Maybe some big guys down at the bottom. I gotta at least use some of the assets I made for all those two first designs. So let's throw that full cloud design on the backdrop there. Yeah, that'll be tight. So it matches the bubbles already in the drawing pretty well. And then this should work real nicely, so like the binding's gonna be right between those two eyeballs, so you can still get that big one on the back. And then I'd guess like front binding's gonna be maybe overlapping some of those a little bit, but at least we'll get the triad stacked nicely. Yeah, I think that's gotta be a winner. That thing looks so much better than the other two designs. Someone at the door? Woo! Look at that. Oh, we gotta hang this up on the wall. Hey, that's looking sweet. It's funny how like narrow again the board looks next to it. That'll wrap pretty sweet. Check out these fresh slaps I made of the design as well. Bring this out to the garage where I got my tuning bench and get it all laid up. Board Statement killed it on the printout on this, and they've got a pretty cool setup going there. If you want to submit your own designs, you can do custom images or pick from some of their other artist stuff. The printout's actually like a big vinyl wrap. Feels like I'm one of those custom car videos. Definitely gonna work this from the center out, so if there's any small bubbles or whatever, they'll get pushed to the edge. The heat set really does work to get the groove around these sidewalls. Just gonna trim off the excess here, so we got a nice edge. Gotta throw the bindings on from the daily driver, and let's get this thing on snow. Now, I'm definitely a little biased here, but there's something special about seeing your artwork out there in the wild, really adding to the backdrop of the scene, or just being a little bit extra personal touch when you're out there on the mountain. Compared to some of the other stuff on this rack, I think this is standing out the proudest. Let me know if you think it came together well. Now that was a process to get to this final piece. I am so hyped with the full design. Everything really came together nicely, from everything from board statement and the quality of this print to the layup, all flawless. And even after riding it for a day, you couldn't even tell. The design is going to be a perfect wall piece, and maybe even I'll break it out a few more days. Funny enough, talking about this on the hill, I found out a little bit more about the original board, and it was originally produced in 2004. So this thing rode pretty good despite being, not quite to today's standards. Well, not much else to say, but thank you for checking out the video and the whole project. Got links where you can pick one of these up if you're interested in doing your own layup, or in the smaller format, we got those stickers on the web shop as well. So a little bit of everything there. That's going to do it for me, guys. Peace.
I hope to see you out there.